students. So this is the part 4 of our chapter cell, and today we'll study about cell wall and some endomembrane systems, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus and lysosomes. So first of all, what do you mean by cell wall? So cell wall is a non-living rigid structure called the cell wall, forms an outer covering for the plasma membrane of fungus and plants. It's not present in animal cells. Cell wall not only gives shape to the cell but also protects it from the external environment from mechanical damage and infections, etc. It also helps in cell to cell interaction and provides barrier to undesirable macromolecules. So algae have cell wall made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans and minerals like calcium carbonate, while plants may have cell wall which is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectins and proteins. So cell wall of a young plant cell, the primary wall is capable of growth, which gradually diminishes as the cell matures, and secondary wall is formed as the on the inner side of the cell. So there is present also middle lamella. Middle lamella is a layer mainly of calcium pectate which holds or glues different neighboring cells together. Cell wall and middle lamella may be transversed by plasmodesmata. Plasmodesmata are the structures which connect the cytoplasm of the neighboring cells. Means two cells are connected to each other with the help of plasmodesmatal connections. So, in endomembrane system includes endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, lysosomes and vacuoles. Why we all consider all these organelles in endomembrane system? Because their functions are coordinated. So these are included under endomembrane system. So since the functions are all connected, mitochondria, chloroplast, peroxisomes are not coordinated with the above components because they are not having similar functions. So we'll study them in later slide. So first of all, in endomembrane system, first of all, this present endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is noticeable only under the electron microscope. So it was first discovered by Porter and Fullman in 1945. So it was named as endoplasmic reticulum by Porter in 1953. So and its location is it's present in almost all eukaryotic cells. A few cells such as ova, embryonic cells, and mature red blood corpuscles, however, are lacking endoplasmic reticulum. Prokaryotic cells also lack endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum varies in amount from cell to cell. In spermatocytes, it's represented by few vacuoles only, and in the cells of adipose tissue it's quite simple, having a form of few tubules. The cells that are actively synthesizing proteins such as liver and pancreatic cells, the abundant endoplasmic reticulum are present. Endoplasmic reticulum which are present in the striated muscle fibers are called sarcoplasmic reticulum. So physical structures, that these are made up of three types of elements: cisternae, tubules and vesicles. So cisternae, these are flattened unbranched sac-like elements, and they lie in stacks means piles parallel to one another, and they are having they bear ribosomes on their surface. So if ribosomes are present on the endoplasmic reticulum, it will be called rough endoplasmic reticulum. If and ribosomes are not present on the walls of cisternae, then they are called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Then there are present tubules. They are irregular branching elements which form a network along with other elements. They are often free of ribosomes. Next are vesicles. These are oval or rounded vacuole-like elements. They often occur isolated in the cytoplasmic matrix. So what are the there are two types: smooth endoplasmic and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is mainly involved in the formation of lipids, and rough endoplasmic reticulum is involved mainly in the production of proteins. So both these substances are present in the membrane, plasma membrane. So usually the products of endoplasmic reticulum, just like which are lipids and proteins are going to form membrane. So this is also called membrane biogenesis, means the endoplasmic reticulum is going to form plasma membrane. So what are the major functions of endoplasmic reticulum? So function is they are helping in the transport of materials, formation of desmotubules. They are acting as a support system and cytoskeleton of the cell, means skeleton of the cell. They are surface for the synthesis of proteins and lipids, etc. So they are having storing the materials, help in the exchange of materials between cytoplasm and nucleus. Then they help in muscle contraction, and all these are functions. And just like rough endoplasmic reticulum, I have earlier told you, they help in protein synthesis, packaging, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum is helping in the formation of lipids and the formation of glycoproteins, synthesis of enzyme precursors. So lipid membrane formation I have earlier told you. So these all are the functions of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. They also help in calcium storage, etc. So this slide is showing Golgi apparatus, and the Golgi apparatus was discovered by Italian histologist Camillo Golgi in 1898 in the nerve cells of owl and cat. The electron microscope structure was described by Dalton in 1954. So Golgi apparatus is present in all eukaryotic cells, extensively in the secretory cells. It is absent in few cell types such as mammalian red blood corpuscles, sperm cells of bryophytes, pteridophytes, and sieve tubes of plants. It's also absent in prokaryotic cells. So a cell may have one large Golgi complex of several very small ones. Golgi complex occupies different position in different kinds of cells. So in secretory and absorptive cells, it usually lies between the nucleus and the cell surface where secretion or absorption takes place. So it is a structure. Golgi apparatus varies in size and form in different cell types. So these are all having electron microscope shows it is the central stack of parallel, flattened, intercommunicating sacs or cisternae and many peripheral tubules and vesicles. So first of all, the first part is cisternae. Cisternae vary in number. They may be 3 to 7 in most animal cells and from 10 to 20 in plant cells. And they are having intercisternal elements that support the cistern, which are present. The layer may contain a layer of parallel fibers. Cisternae may be flat but may be often curved. So the two poles of Golgi apparatus are called cis phase and trans phase, which act respectively as receiving and shipping departments. So next is tubules. Short tubules arise from the periphery of the cisternae, means the outer side of the cisternae. They are present tubules, and some of these enlarge at the ends to form vesicles. So vesicles again lie at the ends of a concave surface of Golgi complex. They are pinched off from the tubules of cisternae, and they are of two types: smooth and secretory vesicles. Um, all the Golgi elements are filled with a fluid that is called Golgi matrix. So functions of Golgi apparatus are first function is packaging of materials. So they are called the cargo of the cell. Golgi complex modifies, sorts, packages the materials coming from endoplasmic reticulum or synthesized in the Golgi itself and help in the uh, transportation from one part to another part. The materials so packed include zymogen in pancreatic cells, lectoprotein in mammary gland cells, mucus in goblet cells, pigment granules in pigment cells, collagen in connective tissue. So all these are transported from one place to another place. Next is synthesis of carbohydrates. Golgi apparatus is going to synthesize carbohydrates such as galactose, certain polysaccharides, uh, mm, cellulose, hemicellulose, etc. And this is going to formation of help in the formation of lipoproteins, addition to cell membrane, and then formation of cell wall. In plant cell, Golgi complex synthesizes pectin and some other carbohydrates necessary for the formation of cell wall. It's also going to form help to form lysosomes. Golgi complex gives rise to primary liposomes by budding from the trans phase of cystern. And again, acrosome formation. Acrosome is the structure which is present in the animal sperm, human sperms. So the Golgi complex gives rise to acrosome in animal sperm. Acrosome is having enzyme which is called hyaluronidase, which helps in piercing its way to the ovum. So it helps in the formation of acrosome and formation of yolk. The Golgi complex produces yolk in the eggs and helps in the lipid transport. So formation of plasma membrane. Membranes of vesicles coming from Golgi complex links up at the site of cytokinesis to form new plasma membranes. This is all about Golgi apparatus. So in this slide, we'll study about lysosomes. Lysosomes are noticeable only under electron microscope. So they contain digestive enzymes, and hence their name means lyso means digestive and soma means body. First of all, lysosomes were discovered by biochemist Christian D. Dove in 1955. Lysosomes are particularly present in all animal cells and protozoans, and they are having hydrolysis. I have told you they have function hydrolytic in function, and their morphologies, they are generally spherical in form. Certain meristematic cells of plant roots, however, have irregular lysosomes. Lysosomes vary in size from 0.2 to 0.8 micrometer. However, some cells such as leukocytes may have lysosomes up to 5 micrometer wide. So, lysosome is tiny sac bounded by a single unit membrane of lipoprotein, and it are having dense, finely granular fluid, which is made up of glycoprotein and hydrolytic enzymes called acid hydrolases. Lysosome enzymes can break down all major biological macromolecules present in the cells or entering the cells from outside into their building block subunits by addition of water. So lysosomes are active in acidic medium at almost pH 5, hence their name is like this. Acidic medium is maintained by pumping protons into the lysosomes. So the major function is of lysosome is autophagic in function, and they are having lysosomes are in plants. Lysosomes are also present, and plants they are called spherosomes and alluron grains and vacuoles, etc. So major functions of lysosomes are digestion of useful materials and digestion of harmful materials which are not needed in the body. Foreign particles are disposed of by hydrolyzing them in certain leukocytes and macrophages, etc., and digestion of unwanted materials. So they help in the renewal of cells and organelles and feeding of starving animals. Food to a starving animal is provided by digesting the stored food materials and even the cells, and this process is called autophagy. So these all are the functions of lysosomes.